I swear I just pressed the record button like 8 different times before it actually decided, okay, fine, I'll record. Stop. So this is part 2 of Act 6. I did not record yesterday because I couldn't find the disc for the game. It was already in the PlayStation. We're not even going to talk about it. I thought I'd switched out for a different game, and apparently never clicked in my head, oh, that same game is still in the thing. I wonder what's in there now. What do you think, you moron? No, clearly Sonic Riders is in my PS4. What? No? What do you think it's in there? Alex, like, get me on this track. The heck? This is instantly on the road. Danny is on pole. That should be entertaining. Oh, Ryan starts 5th. That should also be entertaining. So apparently, it was announced today that there's actually a new game, a new Assetto Corsa game coming out, which is based entirely on GT3 cars, which is like what half the field was in Act 4. The annoying part is, and this is kind of a kick in the nuts, it's PC only. Great. This doesn't do me any good. I don't have a PC and never will. Because a PC that plays games costs around $800 right about now, and that's, yeah, that's like not really, you know, money we just have sitting around. Not to mention, plenty of other games on the PlayStation 4 have GT3 cars on them, like this game, or Gran Turismo Sport, or Project Cars 2. And if you're an Xbox 360, Forza Motorsport has a few of them as well, so it's... I don't really feel like that's worth it. Also, the RX-7 is terrible, and I'm quickly seeing this now. But it's much too late to change cars, so the race is in. The Super isn't much better, but I think even they're still better than mine. Oh, Bubbles is backwards. Interesting. That's not helpful in any way. But she is continuing, which is more than most people usually do. Let's see, who caused that blunder? Was it really your sister? Nope, that was actually her fault that did that, so she just spun both of them out. But did Blossom get going is the question, or did she even get affected at all? Not really. So she just recovered that like a Spin Master. Okay. This is fine. Okay, Madison. Oh, hi, Alex. I guess the Austrian practice helped, even though that's literally just a straightaway, so I guess it really doesn't mean much, but that's beside the point. So let's say you're trying to pass Captain Falcon, and it just worked because he messed up. Chloe also took some damage, I'm not sure from who or why. Not significant enough to really investigate the source of it either, so... We're still fighting as I yawn uncontrollably. We're still fighting as I yawn uncontrollably. So what? Just wait. You'll get another opportunity, I guarantee you. I said the supers aren't very good. They're good here because it's a bunch of some long straightaways. But like, I mean, they're last in points, so not far from it. They're just 7 points away from last. The one in last is the Corvettes. And no, they're not doing outstanding either. Governor also has damage, and Up 60 Angels has a very suspicious kind of damage, so I think there might have been more team attacks there. Bubbles is already about to get back into the race and just immediately pass me. This is the greeting. Captain Falcon remains in 4th. Silhouette has had problems. And Blossom is right on top of those two. Alex would like the lead, and he will now take it within due time. That car is just so much slower, but once it gets to a corner, it's just like... It's, yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Bubbles with the fastest lap, but you know, in 14th. So we see who the real victor would have been, but she decided that that corner didn't need to be broken for her. Alex is right there now. And I feel like when we get to a straightaway, there is not much that can be done to prevent this overtake. So Captain Falcon is about to try and pass that. Well, eventually. Not right now. Well, that just happened. And it was it unhappened, and now it's happening again in a much more likely turn. It's funny because we're recording this the day after this track was released in a DLC for another game I play. There have been a couple of videos on my YouTube channel about the game. It's Project Cars, I've mentioned it before, even in these spin-offs. The track, despite being the same exact track, the outside scenery looks considerably different on here. Burn with an air, which will give him that spot. Bubbles with more damage. That's the damage she had before, but I don't feel like it would be because she hit Blossom with the left side of her car, and unless when she got spun, someone else hit her on the right side, that would be possible as well. Points are not likely, but if this were a 6-lap race, I think it'd be possible. But as for now, it takes some, like, witchcraft. Alex still unable to clear Madison. Falcon pressuring that again. And the Blossom just trying to compensate for her teammates', shall we say, lack of intelligence. which she hopes can be like 8 points. Though you won't be scoring them here because you're on 3, like a very decently long straightaway and then a very long straightaway. Fucking did pass that after some amount of time, and now here's Alex. This is the last opportunity to take the lead on the final lap. Not even an effort to take the lead, alright. If she plays it right, she might actually score 2 points. But I don't think so, because that requires passing 3 people. And you have to pass 2 just to score anything right now. Well, that isn't how you pass people either, so that's not helping you. Alex is still so tantalizingly close, but just can't find the moment. Also, Blossom does reach 5th, not 6th. So the number one focus now just becomes these 4 here. The battle over 2 whole points between Bert, Burn, and Bubbles and Rhinestorm, which Bubbles just demolishes Burn to that corner because they messed up. Bert did too, but he was too far away. Madison hangs on barely. And because it's a long straightaway, I'm thinking Bert will remain in 10th, and Bubbles will get nothing. Nothing. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, Bubbles. Actually, you get 12, because Burn is a faster car. Oops. Fastest lap, though, does show that she probably was, well, fastest. Obviously, just, you know, screwed it up, for lack of better words. Alex again is just like, get me on the track! Impatient weirdo. Oh, I'm on pole. This will be amusing. And then the Corvettes are behind me. Too super to start last. Well, I didn't calculate points, but it doesn't matter because I can just add them from next round. Yep, see you later, Silhouette. Four-wheel drive, I tell ya. I've had a bit of a sore throat recently, but not like the normal way, as in like it hurts in my like, it feels external, and so it's making it ever so slightly difficult to talk for a long amount of time. And so right now, if I just start forgetting to talk every once in a while, that's not forgetting, that's probably just like me trying to not, you know. It's like my Adam's apple, kind of. But it hurts a lot. It only hurts when I open my mouth a lot. So like yawning doesn't feel great. Where are you going, Bubbles? The road's over there. And holy crap, Silhouette is already out here. Well, that's happened. Blossom has damage from somewhere. I am being a large, I'm being a large roadblock for literally the entire rest of the field. No one can get to Silhouette because I'm just kind of here attempting to get these 12 points. There's a bunch of crazies going on, and I'm just not even like mentioning it because my throat just doesn't want me to. The governor was in third at the beginning of the lap. Now he's in fifth. That was nope. That's definitely not him. There in seventh. That's Chloe. Meanwhile, Bubbles has already gained her way up to fourth, and we'll probably go back down to fifth at the end of the straightaway because she only gets to like 140. Whereas other cars get, well, in my case, even it's like 155. And I'm the second slowest, so. I was just following the The trio of blue cars. I'm missing that from the equation. Alright, Chloe. Just not fond of 8th. Alex passed Bubbles. It doesn't really surprise anyone, I don't think, because that car is... It's lethal down a straightaway, more or less. You get all the good ones you want out of that corner, it isn't gonna matter. Governor has defiled you. That's it, Falcon. At least I think he has. No, he hasn't. Bubbles past Alex again. And Alex too to get past the end of a long straightaway. What the heck? She messed that up. That is noise of me trying to get this congested throat to piss off. It's not been working. Also, see you later, Burn. Alex wants 4th. Probably get it from me. Easier than you get it from Bubbles. You just have to wait his turn. Here's a battle right here. Alex versus Captain Falcon. Which Alex doesn't want any part of, he just wants to pass Bubbles and do it now. Which in the long run is only making his bid to keep the position from the Falcon just harder. Because he's putting himself in really bad places trying to get around her, and then it's not working because, oh, she has the best handling. So what, please? We need to disconnect the fuel line in your car. What do we have to do here? So the thing is, I don't really get away from her either on a straightaway, because my car only gets like an extra 3 or 4 miles an hour. And then, well, he or she would probably come, but Alex just opens the door and says hello. Chloe is still a part of the fight, though, like, not much of one. Oh, God. See, I don't think I'll be getting the podium because one of either Alex, Bubbles, or Falcon is going to pass me. That's a given, basically. Yeah, you don't have the speed for that. You have like 260 horsepower, you're not getting past me. Like, in that manner. Alex a bit skittish into braking. Not sure why. I think you'd know what the car can do by now and when to brake, but apparently not. Just stay back there. Well, that'll be part of you staying back there. Falcon is like, thank you, Alex, I'll take that now. But you've chosen to be crazy. He has chosen to be 5th place. The back of the line is still right in this train, yet, you know, it's still the same two that were there before. Bert and Danny. This will be interesting. Bubbles can never pass me, because every time she tries, someone's already trying to get past her into the same corner. This time it works, and this time I'm still not getting the podium because there's Falcon. Falcon Punch! I would do the, like, dramatic voice, but my jaw would not allow for such an event. The silhouette's already flippin' finished. Alright. I can feel the stuff in there, but it never wants to go anywhere. Alright, now to actually do the points, you lazy thing. Well, we can see who's carrying the Vets team there. That's not a good look there, 16 Angels. God darn it. Alright, this will be a weird thing, because I have no idea how long this track even is, so this 5 laps might be over in, like, 6 minutes for all I know. This could be a minute lap, or it could be, like, 3-minute laps, who knows? I don't think it would be, but it could be. And I mean, leading, considerably, is Team 458, Alex and Byrne, with 121 points. Then second is Captain Falcon at 88. Third is Team 911 at 87. Fourth is Team R8 at 75. The Powerpuffs are fifth at 56. Team Supra is 6th at 39. Team Mark 7 is 7th at 33. And basically the governor has 16, because 16 only has one of those darn points. And here comes Alex. Oh, that's not Alex, that's Chloe. Never mind. That's like becoming a gag at this point, or I'm trying to make it one, that Alex is always the first to leave the pits, except for that time when he wasn't. Alright, so let's see what this track is like. It'd be funny if they were actually drifting. This is the Highlands drift course, but they are not. And I'm honestly disappointed. That would have been a very interesting race to see. Alright, well that's an interesting corner. We just get right into the country roads, don't we? a short way out to these tracks as well, but I don't know just how much longer or shorter they actually are than this. This one seems to have a decent length, actually. And probably like minute-half laps, almost, given by how long this lap is taken. And it would take away like 10 seconds or so. Of course, Alex is leading. Who the heck else would be? And then Bubbles is right behind him. This track suits her as well as it does him. For every decent straightaway, there's also a weird corner. So... he knows you're there, that's for sure. It's not what I wanted. Malvert is just holding up the rest of the field in third. That is first in line to break the line. And we have a straightaway, so I'll see you later. They said that same evening. And she's back. The problem becomes passing him, though. There's no good way for Bubbles to pass him where she would stay ahead unless she does into that final corner on the final lap. Otherwise, it's pointless because as soon as we get to any kind of straightaway, I'm just gonna you know, yoink the position. There's a mass of vehicles here. Care about the weird, like, pulley noise that is made when that car shifts upwards. Noise you hear. I think to cut down on time, I should probably just end up doing the points for each, or like at the end of each act, with like the, you know, do the 3 races and then add up all the points. At the same time, it's actually more interesting, and I would probably still do it this way, and the normal way at the end of just seeing the, like, gradual change over the course of one race. Because, like, between the last two, nothing really changed other than, like, the 458s finally passed Captain Falcon. And I'm thinking in hindsight I should have given them the F40s. I kind of forgot it's Alex and Berg driving. Yeah, you can try it, Bubbles. I don't know where it'll get you. Also, these laps are long as heck. Like, you can see the starting line is just off to the right the entire time, but it's just so much random, so many random corners in between those 2 times. Those are fair lines. Doesn't really look like that's road there, but you know, this will be interesting. Alex is actually holding the brakes before he even gets to the corner, because he just actually cares about not hitting people and looking like he knows what he's doing, unlike some other people. I guess you end up in the racing business so long, you just end up, the sportsmanship of all of it just comes as a second nature, I suppose. And that is actually not really catching up to his former minion, back when he was like a... This is, now that I think about it, So What and that are basically the Wario and Bowser, if this were Mario Kart. The villains, but come hang out with us anyway, because you hate us and we hate you, but no, everyone loves a good round of go-karting. Everyone questions that logic, but that's because it never makes any sense. If you've captured my wife like 285 times, I'm not going to invite you to no darn go-kart race. You can just get out of here. I do not count 13, I do not count 15, oh yeah, that's because the other 2. Fucking RX-7s are like a mile away, because their cars are garbage. It's like, we're in the middle, but we don't have, like, we're in the middle, but we don't have anywhere near the speed of any of the cars that are actually in the middle. The middle would be like the Audi R8 and the Corvette, but we lack the speed of the 458 entirely, and we also lack all of the handling of a KTM or anything else for that matter. The Porsche is also the middle, but it's like the very slightly better middle. Awesome, it's taken 8th. So yeah, I hadn't realized that a drift track would be a 2.5 minute, or almost 2.5 minute lap, and well, for some cars it will be 2.5 minutes actually. Not here, but like Act 1 or Act 2 cars would take like 2.5 minutes almost. Alright, 16 Angels? Well, I actually no. I'm not even gonna question that. That's fair play there. Just a little reminder. I would do what I imagine 16 Angels sounds like, but I have absolutely no clue what he sounds like because he doesn't talk. The only ones that do really talk out of the Hot Wheels franchise are Ryan Storm, Danny, Bert if you watch the films, or the loading screens I suppose, of World Race. Otto, the Professor, Sparky, Gearhead, and there's one more. No, I forgot. We don't have Peter Tesla. That's not a character that drives a car, so... Even though he does drive in the movies on multiple occasions. And he's driving in the beginning of the first movie, so... But he doesn't apparently drive. It isn't known what he's driving in the sequences. Well, the first one, anyway. Later on, he is shown to be in a specific car, but, like... Normally, he's not pictured as having a car. And I can't really think of one to give him either. I guess I'd have to maybe take a look at the next game's like list of cars and determine from there what it could be. Because Burning Rubber is, well, you've already played. And it's just Greased Lightning doing time trials. There are no other cars besides Greased Lightning. Infinite point of considerations, of course. A few ideas I've had were like, because it was in Ballistic. But then, like, no? Then there was Side Draft, there was Zodic, not Zodic, Switchback. Could be Muscle Tone, since despite how many times I've tried to figure out one for it, there just hasn't been one. The driver in Muscle Tone in particular. Apparently every Star Trek Challenge car has a driver, allegedly, but, like, we don't know what those are yet, because, you know, we're not there yet, what do you know? Oh my god. Alex is 6 seconds off of Bubbles, who's 12 seconds away from Vert. This is why I've been keeping it on, like, Captain Falcon the entire last 5 minutes, because there's the only area where there's anyone doing anything. But it's like, are me and Riding the Storm, yes. This is not Sonic Riders. It's because I made that joke earlier. Ryan stormed the albatross. Oh boy. Oh, okay, Blossom, yoink. Just firmly grasp it in your hand over here. And speaking of Blossom, her sister will take a convincing win. Many seconds later, here comes Alex, who takes second place. Nine seconds later, and now here comes Vert, probably like 18 later, maybe 17. Okay, I thought the gap was getting bigger faster. Falcon with what I imagine is probably a record low for him in this series. Only 5th place, that's only 10 points. Oh, the race is over. So I can't go to other cars. Well, okay then. So yeah, just do up the points. It's always easier to do Falcon because he's leading the championship considerably. So just look at the top of the screen and voila, that's point total. Everything else is not nearly as easy. Oh yeah, neither of us scored because Ryan and I both got last. God darn it, Ryan, why did you pick this car? If it were up to me, it would be a Nissan GTR right now, and we'd probably be winning, but no! This 24/7 is apparently a car that you're good with. Well, that's a different story. It's beside the point. I'm getting mad at a fictional character for being a bad teammate. This is... As we know, you've run out of ideas. Also, the Porsches didn't score either. The Vets did, though. Weird that they scored, and yet the 911s didn't, and they're 3rd in points. Well, they might be 4th, because the KTM's got some big points from that. Yep, they are now tied with the 911s. Supras are up 45 because Vert had a podium in that race by just blocking that infinitely. Okay, nope, the R8s have also passed them, so now the 911s are down in 5th. That was not a ideal race for them, was it? Governor still carrying his absolute head off. 16 is either just taking a nap at the wheel or he just doesn't care, which, I mean, he really has a reason to. Nothing's happening here yet. The only real challenge anyone's presented with right now is, of course, winning in points and beating a professional F-Zero racer. Which, I mean, it's a challenge, but there's 2 of you and 1 of him, and he's still managing to be 2nd in points. Granted, with a better car, but that's beside the point as well. So yeah, the Highland Drift course has definitely worked. Especially for Bubbles, who seems to already like the course. Luckily for her, I think we go back to the Highlands. One okay or not? No, we don't. I'm just... Bleh. Never mind. Because I've put multiple of the same track location before, but with different versions. I did this in Act 1, actually. Both the medium and long versions of the Highlands and New Mexico are in the races. It's just a random thought I had too. Despite the fact that you actually link the playlists in some Hot Wheels videos, like I suggested, just do it at the end of every series. Or at the end of every recording session. Preferably, but at the end of every series is like minimum. You know. number of links to the playlist. It's about, between the two of us, is about to hit 300 between, you know, your actual Let's Plays and randomness on a sim racer from 2015. That's basically what this is. And it's... I mean, you can't say it doesn't work to a degree. A couple of plot points that come out of it. We've had Raceman, who wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. The idea of my own username sitting on the sidelines watching. He just took the car out and he became Street Rodder and other similar hot rod cars just out of nowhere. I did push for the self-driving program to be its own character as well. The thing that, like, drives out of the pits and is sort of the balancing tool, as it were, which was used mostly on Twin Mill and Alex in Act 3. No, Act 4, not 3. Twin Mill in 3, Alex in 4, and I think once or twice tried to hit that in Act 5. No, it was 5. This is 6. I have it in the corner, and I still keep forgetting. I've changed these names, too. Yeah, 2 disappeared. I don't know where the hell it went. But yeah, we have the other 7. You know, the original, well, the first 4 minus 2 is 2. Quick math. I don't know. Then we have the current one, and then we have the next 2. Next Generation, and the plot thickens, which I was gonna go with a different name. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the other word was, but it didn't fit. Since just writing act number takes up like a fourth of my character allowance. I don't even remember what Act 2 is even called. And there's not really any point in putting it here either, because it didn't really add anything. The only thing it really added was, like, Beat, Mortimer, and the delivery guy, who were appearing later anyway, like here. Well, Beat didn't appear here, but he's appearing later, and I think he might have been in 3? He started in 3, actually. No, he didn't. He had the Porsche, and no. I've just confused myself. Help? I'll open the video later. And I can look now, actually. I'm gonna do that. I got distracted by Facebook Messenger. Ah! It didn't even specify that it was Act 2. In Act 2, I just said, like, the normal thing. Yeah, I don't actually think Beat was there in... Nope. So I'm just crazy. Yeah, that'll do it. And with all that said and done... No, you don't get a preview. I had to resist that urge. I do it every other time, but nope, not this time. Not till closer to the end at the very least. Even though it's really all stuff that's been here before, except for like two characters. And one of which you just kind of have to have a willing suspension of disbelief for, because like it's an important thing, but the other characters aren't supposed to know that it's the thing. It's just us that we have the name tag over their head that tells us, hey, it's this thing. It's got deafened by a PlayStation message. Okay then, so that's the sign.